Okay, I'm back at you guys on the channel. As promised, we're gonna do the tattoo machine upgrades and power supply video. It's gonna be a fast one this morning. I'm going to tomorrow I'm gonna give you guys an update on what we're doing with the truck real quick before we go into the tattoo thing. For you guys who are following the automotive side of our channel where we help people. Because once again, I'll put it out there in case you haven't read the description on the channel's thing, all that stuff. The channel is designed, it writes RR&T, which is renovation, repair, and tattoos. So meaning like any repairs to do with the house, any repairs to do with vehicles, repairing pretty much anything, repair in general. Like we're repairing a pachinko game machine that I've been doing, and we may do a video on the woodwork I'm doing and building a stand for it. We're going to be repairing these cabinets for the shop. So we have bolt drawers and stuff. So there's a lot of different kinds of repairs. We may not show everything, but we'll show most of everything that we can as we feel better. Side note, I developed possibly another hernia. It's more than likely, almost 90% sure that I have another one. And before it gets real bad, I'm trying to get it dealt with again. My kidneys have been bothering me as well. I don't like to complain or put that out there, but just to let you guys know, so that's why the video slowed down again. Because, you know, I'm trying to keep up with the channel and show you guys just some at-home type stuff that, you know, just a good old boy or some old feller could do at home. You know, because around where I'm from, out here in California, I'm from way up north where we still live in the country, where we still have cattle and all that stuff. So we just grew up that way, you know, hunting, fishing, and whatnot. So we just learned how to fix our own. But anyways, today we bought a brand new Power Torque 2-ton engine hoist, and tomorrow I'm going to pull the engine and put it on an engine stand because we can compression test it on the stand. And the decision from this came from the fact that it's been 105 plus degrees where we live right now. So it's extremely hot, and the truck won't fit back in the shop with all the suspension work we did. So I want to pull the engine into the paint bay, overhaul the engine real fast, get it back in. This is going to be the faster method because even if the engine passes the compression test, this is where the thought came from. We still have the rear main seal to fix because it's leaking a little. So we already have to separate the motor from the transmission to do that, right? And we don't necessarily need to drop the tranny out because it's not bad. As far as we know, we're not losing power at the transmission. We're losing it at the compression of the motor, possibly. But we also had the oil pan gaskets leaking. There's a bunch of leaks, and we were going to do a gasket kit anyway. So to do all the right stuff, it's just easier with it out. If we have everything out, it's going to be a bunch easier to work with all the gaskets, torquing them, and then we can slap it back in, especially now that we own our own puller instead of borrowing it like the last time. And we can just, you know, take our time. So that's the gig with that. Now we're going to come back over to this side and we'll go over the tattoo machines and stuff with you guys who are here for that, because we haven't done a tattoo thing in a long time. You know, maybe with my wife's new computer program, I can ask her if she's willing, because I don't ever want to tell her to do something because I love my wife. But, you know, we'll go over this, machines and stuff, and then maybe I'll have her make a video of all the pictures of tattoos I've done, and then I could post a video of my tattoo work for those that are into the tattoos, want to see what the machines produce from my hand per se. Not necessarily everybody's going to get the same results or not. So anyways, we'll start over here. So number one, I picked up 2 different power supplies. I put the Hurricane away. I'm giving away the other Hurricane, the one I had. I'm going to give it away to another youngster who's picking up tattooing. But I'm also going to recommend he buys one of these spider boxes. I was actually privied recently to meeting a gentleman and making a new friend, and he's in the tattoo industry. He also does vehicles. We met more on the vehicle side, but I found out he tattoos as well, and he used to sell supplies online and had his own business. He had this box. He went over to China, Japan, wherever the heck they made this. I can't remember exactly where he said. I think it was a Chinese province. Anyways, and he talked to the main suppliers, took the time, made deals with them. He designed specs for this box to be upgraded, had them make them, upgrade them, told them where they were flawed, had them redesigned. Very highly recommended because it's small. But the difference is these 2 have transformers in them, where the digital like Hurricanes and stuff don't provide transformers. So these actually run at a true voltage with the transformers built in. They will run a machine at 3 volts to 6 volts max that you really need if you set them how you need to, or maybe 7 if you're really like hacking colors or something. But where a Hurricane, we were testing back and forth to see the difference. And between this and the Hurricane had to run almost 11.5 volts, where this could run a machine at 4.5. And the difference is there's no transformer in the digital ones like that. This digital one has a transformer. It's a huge box, so this is more portable. So this is the spider version. I'll show you. So these are really good. Highly recommend switching up, because I thought I was having problems mainly with connections, but I was actually having power supply issues. So get away from the Hurricanes. I mean, I'm not saying they're horrible, but if you run a machine on this at 4.5 volts, you're going to be running at like 11 volts, 8 to 11 on the Hurricane to get the same. And then there you go, you're overheating your coils because you have a higher voltage, where you can have a lower voltage that doesn't overheat them, gives you longer hours and run times. So we'll get away from that now. We're going to use this though to show you. So we're going to turn it on. We're going to make sure that it's, yep, foot switch works. Okay, we're going to bring the cord over to here. We don't have the stand out, so I'm just holding the phone. And we're going to go into the machines, and we have our tried and trusted liner. We revamped it. We actually broke it down, moved these to a different frame, and then we moved them back because, I had a hard time breaking this down and switching the frame to begin with. And then it didn't pan out so well anyway. So I canned the idea, put it back on its original frame, and I'll probably never switch this machine ever again. And the reason is I was given this machine from 2 people in my life that mean the world to me. And anyways, this is hard to say, but one of them isn't with us no more. So he passed away a few years back, like 2-3 years back, and I can't even remember because it's hard to even try and deal with. As you guys can tell, I don't do well with losing my folks, because I love my folks really a lot. So especially the younger ones, because he was a lot younger than I am too. But this is my liner, and one of my tricks is here. I'll show you. I don't show a lot of people this. Oh, it's not this spring. Anyway, I must have switched springs. Oh, no, I didn't. So this spring, if you look, has a double bend in it. It's something I don't show a lot of people, but right there is the bend next to the screw, and then I put one about halfway up. That's something I've been doing for over 10 years on my liners, and it brings the spring a little more flat to the screw tip versus the screw tip being angled on it and then it wearing down at a slant. I like them to wear down more even, and so that's why I started doing that. It's a little trick I do on my liner. It helps. It actually makes it put the ink in like crazy smooth. Oh, sorry for that, guys. I'm trying to get off of that, but it runs real smooth. I can hook it up and show you guys, but I'm not sure if I have this dialed in at 3. Yeah, I'm at 3 volts, so this might need a little bit more voltage than my shaders, which is fine. Let's see where we get to. Dang, that's humming. We gotta back that down just a hair. Right there, that's smooth. Okay. Had to adjust, just micro adjustment. Okay. Alright. So 4.5 volts. Okay. And what I'm trying to show you guys is a good machine. I don't care if it has Chinese coils, whatever the hell people want to say, because I got a machine in here I'm about to show you. We're going to show you this one last. Anyways, so then what we did is we also had to buy a new ink set here from Eternal Inks, the Detroit color, the basic color set, because our colors weren't taking no more, they got old. And then we repurchased 2 new frames. I've always been wanting these frames. We purchased them to build them out. They were blanks, Owen Jensen blanks, the special style frames, punched out, I believe, in China, but you can see they got nice thick decks. The frames are nice and thick, and I bought them because I was trying to get rid of the, like this, the thinner frames, but honestly this frame's not a bad frame, even though it's thin. I'm gonna keep it from now on. But we took the green frame because what we found out is this back hole wasn't drilled center with the, so the bar would line up, and we switched all the color packer parts to that guy. So now they're on a solid steel Owen Jensen frame versus a aluminum lightweight. But honestly, I like these frames being more steel. They absorb more of the vibration before it gets to your hand. So, you know, even though the lightweight frame helps with the carpal tunnel, I think that the more absorbent of the frame is better too. So really nice. And then you can adjust up here for liner, shader. This is a color packer. I believe this runs a little bit higher than, I think I got it to run, let's see if I remember right, I got it to run at yeah, I think right there, right around, yeah, right around 4.5. I think with a needle on it, I gotta get it up around 5, which is just, yeah. So with a needle on it, about 5 volts. See how that bar looks like it's distorting a little? Like it stops kind of midway hitting. And then if you look at the tip, the other pointer is, if that looks like it makes a number 8 when it's going up and down. That's the other tip for it. You know, besides the nickel dime gap deal, this is just under a nickel for color packing. But see how you hear how it runs a little slower? What's crazy is my liner has UF47 capacitor, which is for shading, but I do that because I like to line a little bit slower than most people, and I like my liner to hit a little harder than, you know, most folks, and I don't really have problems with it, but that's my hand. If your hand's faster, you need a faster liner. Run a UF33 or I think it's a 20. Well, I say the bottom end is 22 or 27 capacitor. You could look into that and order what you need. And then what we did is we took the FK iron parts off of the Worldwide Tattoo illuminator frame and did the same thing. We put them onto an Owen Jensen because I ordered 2 at the same time. They were, I believe, $30 a frame. But like I said, I'm getting away from the lightweight stuff because I need stuff to absorb better. Plus, I am a massive Owen Jensen fan. One of the all-time great legends in our life of tattoo world. Very sad to lose him, especially behind the circumstances that he was lost. You know, you guys can look him up, but anywho, I've always wanted his frame designs, whether they came from China, handmade, whatever. And a lot of this stuff is just blanks that people buy and just put them together from all over, but you know, anyways, let's go into this one. So with this power supply, like I said, the Spider one, not the Hurricane, because it's different. And we cross-compatted this the other day with, where are we? We're at 5, so we're too high. This one was down. This one actually surprised me. I'm going to tell you guys. It runs at 3 volts. 3 volts. FK irons, 1.5 coil setup. I think they're 8 wraps. I got a Worldwide Tattoo 20 on the back and 18 from FK on the front spring. 2-piece spring setup. Penny clamp, like I always do. 3 volts. You see how it's hitting. Let me tighten that screw. See how that armature bar hits. This thing, honestly, if you want a good machine, buy some FK iron machine like this. Get one of these 1.5s. Trust and believe me, this is my tried and true. No matter what frame I put these on, this thing packs in the black and grays like it's nothing. It's got a lightweight armature bar, I'll show you. It's got the sides notched out. See, it's kind of got like a taper. So, but I'll show you this. This is what's crazy about it, is I turned it all the way down to 2, I think it was 2.7, 2.5 volts. And it's still hitting hard. That's me touching on the tip of my fingernail. That's another way too. You take your fingernail, put it against the tip as it runs like that. Sorry, if I'm too close. Here, let me see if I can zoom out. Alright, so like this. And then let it run on your fingernail. And put a little pressure on it. See if it stops the machine. You don't want that machine to stop if it gets under like pressure against the skin, right? So it's another good telltale sign of what's going on, and you know, but 2.5 volts on this. But that's through this power supply, okay? Which is a true test because it has a transformer. It gives you true voltage versus what we'll show you. But so that's what I was trying to get into to show you guys. You know, is the new layout, the new lineup of machines we have, what we're running. Trying to explain to you what was wrong with the green machine. It may just be a quality control thing, so it doesn't mean that if you buy that CNC machine I recommended that everyone's going to have that problem. So don't shy away from buying that machine for packing color. Just be cautious when you get it to make sure the armature bar is lining up and that you can return it if it doesn't, to get one that does. Because it's a great machine, internals, springs, everything else wise, other than even the frame was nice, just I had the one issue with it. So I'm not blaming the folks over at CNC. I'm actually giving them praise because I just used this to pack color again the other day. Just switched the frame and just like the FK iron parts, no problems. Okay, so FK irons, Icon out of Canada, CNC, I believe they're out of China or Russia, but a lot of the Russian and foreign professional artists I found out are using a lot of the CNC rotaries and coil machines. They're liking them for a lower end, you know, $100 machine. They're not bad. Okay. Oh, we're not done yet, I forgot. So now we're going to get into a machine that is quote unquote elusive. This is going to be a longer video, guys, probably 30-40 minute video, okay? Because we got a new machine that we bought and I want to go over it with you guys because a lot of professional artists have this machine. There's a lot of artists looking for this machine. So for those tattoo artists that are on our channel, if they're looking for this machine and they want to find this machine, there wasn't a seller, I guess, 6 to 8 months ago. When I did some research on this machine, I found out that about 8 months ago on Facebook, there was about 6 to 8, 10 different artists looking for one. They couldn't find one at that time. I bought a Gen 1. And there's some Gen 2s I found out there available right now for roughly, I want to say, $215 US, but you're paying 130 pounds in Europe because the only place I found them is in Europe on a site. And when you Google this machine, you'll find it. It looks chrome with purple coils. And you could take a chance. I'm not sure about the web page. That's up to each individual to take a chance on buying one. I'm not recommending the website or elsewise. I'm just recommending the machine. Okay, so this is the all around, and I just bought this a week ago, brand new, out the box, with a certificate and everything. This is a legit machine. This is the Roger Rabbit Black Lotus Slim Beam. Now, 8 months ago, nobody could find this machine, quote unquote, but I luckily, like I said, have a new friend that was in the industry and he held on to this machine for over 15 years. He had a couple other of the Paradas and he runs, and he didn't need another one. He sold it to me. I paid $400 because I believe in collectability too of stuff, whether it be tattoo machines, coins, whatever. And this is the Gen 1 frame. This is not the Gen 2 frame. The Gen 2 frame, the screw for the barrel comes in from the front, and it's a different type of frame, okay? I bought the Slim Beam Gen 1. It's the only one on the market that I could find. Luckily, because I found somebody who was kind enough to sell it to me. There was one other artist selling one used. He wanted $1,000 for the Gen 1 because you just can't get them no more. They're not out there. The particular individual, Roger, he stopped making them. From my understanding, is not going to make them, at least at this point, anymore. He's moved on to other things, according to the individual I bought this one from. And so forth. And the last company that was actually selling them solidly stopped selling them. It was Sandbeam or something like this, or Sunbeam. Anyways, they stopped. I messaged them to see if I can get another one. I may try and buy another one through that other site I was telling you guys about, because it looks like they have a large vintage stock available that someone ran into in the UK. So that's, and I had my guy that sold me this look at the page. He said the machine and all looks legit. You can look up how to run this Black Lotus, and I want to show you why they're so popular. See that rear deck spring? It has a screw there, and that rear deck spring adjusts up and down. Now it adjusts up and down on a slot there, and when it does, this screw here makes it pivot, and it puts more tension against the top screw and on the spring, or you can lessen the tension for a lighter hit. Now with that also being said, this rear post here with that bottom screw can go up and down in here to adjust a perfect flat hitting armature bar, and that gives you the perfect hit. Along with your contact screw here can go back and forth. You could put on lining springs, shading springs, colors, whatever you want to do. The only thing that's not recommended is don't remove the coils, because the elusive part of the machine is the up and down here. Obviously anybody can mimic that. I don't recommend that you insult other designers and their stuff by trying to mimic their stuff. You know, I don't think he'd take offense to it, but take more pride that people love his design. But the Black Lotus is the elusive machine these days. It has multiple adjustments that most machines, or almost no other machine has, or the Parada version. And you know, the Slim Beam and the Parada, but they're all Black Lotus. And then when you get them and they're legit, they come like this with a certificate of authenticity dated of when the gentleman I got it from bought it from the maker. He bought it from him at this time, held on to it. It's signed. It's a legit certificate, okay? That's the certificate. It's really got a unique paper though. You would have to, if you look at it, it's got like a shine to it. This is not a standard paper. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. It looks like it's fake because see how close the lines are cut, and they're kind of not right perfect. It looks like it's scissor cut. That's accurate though, because look at that paper. See that? I see it's got like a weird shine to it, like a matte shine. That's a certificate for it, okay? Then I'll show you the instructions in case anybody gets one but doesn't find instructions for it, because the Black Lotus is an elusive unicorn for tattoo artists now. And this is the Gen 2 look version. See how it has the front screw, and they came also like this, chrome black. Anyways, here's the instructions in case anybody can't find them, needs to know how to use it. And then there's also a video from the builder of the machine that is still posted on the YouTube, so you still have that available as well. And maybe in the future we will do one on how we set this one up for ourselves. But I want to run it for you real quick, so let me pop this back out because I put away the foot switch and stuff, and we're gonna put it, I believe this one's running at 3 volts roughly is what I think I had it at. But this machine's a really sweet machine. And I'm never gonna sell any of my machines. I'm a collector, but this is 3 volts. You hear that smooth hit? Look at the distortion on the armature bar. And then watch the nipple. Figure 8. Like I said, put your thumbnail or something under there. See, I need to tighten the tension on that just a hair. Just a little more tension on the rear adjustment here will make, or on this front screw, contact screw, and it'll hit a little harder. I think I got just under a nickel again, just like the FK. Nice machine though, really nice machines. Highly recommend this machine. And as you see the little rubber O-ring under there, under the spring, versus the one that wraps around. Looks like there's just a rubber grommet right under the front there. A little bit different design. That's why you don't see the rubber O-ring go around if you look under there. I gotta say, this is my hands down favorite machine now. I love the FK irons. It's my go-to. It's just because I'm comfortable with it, and I've only had a chance of using this one twice since I bought it like 2 weeks ago, and I'm still getting used to it. So, but it's a good one, guys. So we're pushing 32 minutes on the video. I don't want to run it too long, but I want to reach out to the people in the tattoo side of our community, explain this to them, explain that if you want to get a unicorn, this is a unicorn for a tattoo machine. There's Gen 2s on Google. Put in Black Lotus Slim Beam tattoo machine. Scroll down about 6 sites till you find the chrome one with the purple coils. I don't care that this is pink, honestly, because you can't find it no more anyway. People can hate all they want, but that's because they didn't got one. And I suggest you find it if you can get one. Very, 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 very highly recommended, because it can be adjusted for lining, shading, or color packing. That machine can be all 3 machines. Just like a rotary can be dialed in, this coil machine does the same thing. You don't have to have, like, shim your coils. You don't have to, you know, on the fly within 15, roughly, I mean, even 5 minutes, you could probably readjust this machine to pack color from shading. And then to a liner, you could probably, with the same spring setup, adjust it within 10 minutes. And you could be lining with it. I mean, that machine does everything. So, Black Lotus, it's a unicorn, according to the internet. I bought one because I got lucky. I wasn't going to pass up the chance. I also want to buy some of the other machines that the gentleman has from some of his other friends in the industry, that they hand make machines, like some Brent Tills and things like that, if I can. But I was just going over this for you guys. The Fimo stencil printer, awesome. Been doing a great job. You gotta tinker with it to get used to it. You know, and then we have a hurricane supply here because we gave the old one out. That's already open. I'm just going to keep the new one, keep it wrapped and out of the moisture. I'm not going to use it. It's just going to be a backup, or if we're setting up another person a tattoo, we'll have it for them, because we're building out some other stuff and giving some stuff away for another apprentice that I picked up. Youngster who wants to learn how to do the you know, tattoos and things. We're trying to put him on point because he lives in a town where there's not really any occupational careers. It's hard to get work, I guess. But anyways, long video. Peace and prosperity to all, and thank you for those who have stuck with us on this one. We'll update you once we get the motor out, and we'll show you some videos of us working on it on the stand, what we had to do, how we're doing it, all that good stuff. Sadly, the body cam broke, so I gotta get a new one. It like got too hot and the case expanded and blew apart. Now it won't work. So I'm gonna pull the card out of it. I'll upload the videos of the painting we did with it, and then we'll go into trying to find a new one that's heat resistant this time. Maybe I'm gonna have to spend a little more money. Peace and prosperity. Down with the haters, up with the participators. We'll see you shortly with a new one. And all that good stuff. Have a good evening, good morning to some, good evening to those that are across the map. And thanks for sticking with us, and we're going to try and come back to you guys with more and more stuff.